has been the highlights for you in these 4 years?
Well, the EFF's performance in 2014 elections, 2016 elections, the EFF participation in parliament and all legislatures, and now the latest being in almost 90% of all the municipalities in South Africa. We've got 827 councillors in the country. And the existence of this 4-year-old party in all corners of South Africa. Yeah.
And did you foresee yourself achieving that in such a short space of time?
No, not at all. I thought that it will take some time, and I'm one person who think that once it is properly built from the ground, it will be sustainable, it will live longer, and therefore we shouldn't rush it, because easy come, easy goes. So I believe in the power of longevity, and that's what I think we should be focusing on.
What did you do right to get here?
I think the political situation in South Africa demands of such acceptance by our people, because nature doesn't allow a vacuum. So when our people saw that there is a vacuum for a leftist political party, but also a genuine representative of the African people, then they thought perhaps this is our home, and that's where we needed to go, because there was a huge crisis in the country. Corruption was not being challenged, mediocrity was not being challenged, leaders and executives were not being held accountable. Yeah.
Awesome. And you associate yourself with revolutionary politics, Marxism, Lenin, Fanon. Shouldn't the EFF be a revolutionary party instead of contesting elections? Shouldn't you be pushing revolutionary politics?
No, who said revolutionary parties don't contest elections? They contest elections because, remember, revolutionary parties contest for state power, and you can only obtain state power through a peaceful means if you contest elections, unless you want to take power through other means which are not peaceful. So we are here, we've seized the moment and saw an opportunity to participate in the elections, because it is the most practical, peaceful way of attaining state power. Yeah.
Do you see yourself as the waiting president of the country?
No, I see myself as an activist who is making a contribution towards changing the lives of our people. I never mirror myself as a state president or a minister or any other position, because positions to me are just by the way. I just want to make a contribution.
So what happens if the EFF reaches that point and you have to be the president?
I will accept.
You will accept.
Yes.
Awesome. With regards to the opposition, the EFF has said that it will not work with the DA if it keeps the Western Cape Premier as Helen Zille as the Western Cape Premier. Yeah. How's the working relationship now that they...
No, we are working very well. All we're saying, we're making an extreme demand, because Helen Zille had said she will never apologize, she is not going to incriminate herself, displaying that white arrogance and white supremacist attitude. And we thought we need to go to the extreme to humble her. And we said she must be removed, or else we are not going to give you our votes in the municipalities where we vote with you. And we've seen Helen Zille eating a humble pie, and then Helen Zille being put next to Musi Maimane, and being reprimanded like a naughty school child. And that was enough. Any action that humbles white supremacy should be celebrated. If it was the ANC, it would not have done the same with Jacob Zuma, because they've got too much power. So the DA doesn't have too much power, and that's what I like with coalition politics, is that they deal with arrogance. They do away with arrogance. Every time, if you have an idea, you must subject it to the collective wisdom of your partners in a coalition or some form of cooperation.
So you don't believe she still holds a lot of power in that party?
She does. She does. I mean, she didn't apologize because Musi said she must apologize. She apologized because the EFF said he's not going to vote with DA. So when she was refusing to apologize, she was just demonstrating to Musi that you were not going to tell me what to do. I'm in charge. Yeah.
Talking about voting with opposition parties, what happened at Mohale City, did it embarrass you?
Absolutely. It embarrassed the organization. It put the organization into disrepute. And that's why they are now facing a disciplinary action. There is no hypocrisy. We never said our members should not vote for budget. We said they should not attend the council because that government is unstable. The people of Mohale City require a stable government. Every council there is a new mayor. Every council there is a new mayor because the balance is so close. So we want the municipality collapsed so that we can go to a rerun and get a proper government which will be stable and service the people of Mohale City. They were in this office. They actually approached us for an advice, and we advised and made it very clear what needs to happen. And then none of them said, no, that advice is wrong. None of them said, this is my view. So if you're using your conscience, when did you develop that conscience? You developed it when you were inside the council. That conscience was supposed to be raised here with us. So it's not conscience, it's dishonest. And you can't deal with dishonest people. Honest people are those who disagree and say, we don't agree, and the party imposes itself on them. And then even when they defy, you are not embarrassed. You expected it.